Hi there, this is part 2 of our long division video. So the last video I asked you to do this on your own, which it's a big task, but if you did it, we can kind of then see how you did from here. So again, going over our notation, so this is the divisor, and the numerator is what we call the dividend. So when we set up our long division, we create the division box, and then the divisor goes on the outside, so x squared minus 5x plus 1, and the dividend goes on the inside in degree of, in descending order. So I'm going to have x to the fourth minus 3x cubed plus x. Oh, notice that there's no x squared. So usually it's a good idea to have a placeholder. So 0x squared because there's no x squared, then plus x minus 2. And this is just because, as we have seen before, you want to be able to line up your quotient by degree. So I want to leave a space in case that I have something in my quotient with an x squared. So this is just a placeholder. Since there's no x squared term. So let's go through the division. So what do I have to multiply by x squared to get x to the fourth? So, and again, you can kind of think of it as the leading term of your dividend, so x to the fourth divided by the leading term of your divisor. X to the fourth over x squared reduces to x squared. So what do we multiply x squared by to get x to the fourth? X squared. And so now I'm happy that I have that placeholder there because I need to line it up by degree. And as we have done before, you multiply. Now this divisor has 3 terms, so I have to multiply by all 3. So x squared times x squared gives me the x to the fourth that we want. Remember, those we want them to match up. X squared times a negative 5x gives me minus 5x cubed. And x squared times 1 gives me a plus 1x squared. The ones we don't write them, and we subtract. So what do we get when we subtract? So this is again where it's going to be really important to distribute your negative. So negative 1 times x to the fourth, those cancel. The negative times a negative, 5 becomes a plus 5x cubed. And so what does that become? Negative 3x cubed plus 5x cubed gives us 2x cubed. And distribute your negative. Negative times a positive becomes a negative x squared. So 0x squared minus x squared becomes a negative x squared. And then we bring down the terms that are still hanging out above. So plus x and minus 2. I bring down everything that's up there. And as I've mentioned in my previous video, is because I don't want to forget that I left stuff up there. So I just bring everything down. You may see other videos that they bring them down one at a time as you need them, but I just want to make sure I don't forget them up there. And so now you get rid of these arrows, and we'll do it again for now, the new dividend. This is my new dividend. So what do I multiply x squared by to get 2x cubed? And yep, that'll be plus 2x. And again, you can do it by taking the leading term of your dividend divided by the leading term of your divisor. And this reduces to 2x. So that's what I put in the quotient. And then we do it again. So 2x times x squared is 2x cubed. Right? We want these to be exactly the same so that when we subtract, they cancel. 2x times a negative 5x is negative 10x squared. And then 2x times 1 becomes just plus 2x. And we subtract. So subtract, distribute the negative to everything. So that becomes a positive and that becomes a negative. And so those are going to cancel. Negative x squared plus 10x squared is 9x squared. Plus x minus 2x is minus x. And now I can bring down my 2, negative 2. Can I keep going? Yeah, the degrees are the same, so I can keep going. I stop when the degree of my new divisor, or dividend, sorry, is smaller than the degree of the divisor. So what do I multiply x squared by to get 9x squared? And that will be a 9, right? And again, you can take the leading term of your new dividend divided by the leading term of your divisor. So here you'll get 9. And notice that at this point, we've exhausted. We started with degree 2, degree 1, constant term, and there's nothing else. So this is probably our last step. So let's multiply it. So 9 times x squared is 9x squared. Good, they match up. 9 times negative 5x is negative 45x. And 9 times 1 is positive 9. And we subtract. So when I subtract, distribute the negative. So negative times a negative becomes a positive, and negative times a positive becomes a negative. And so what do we get? So my 9x squares cancel. Negative x plus 45x becomes positive 44x, and negative 2 minus 9 is negative 11. So, and now notice the degree here is 44x, the degree is 1, which is less than the divisor. So I can't keep going. So that is my answer, which looks a little funky, right? So I have my division problem was x to the 4th minus 3x cubed plus x minus 2 divided by x squared minus 5x plus 1. So what we're saying is that this is the quotient. So let me scroll up. What was the quotient? X squared plus 2x plus 9. So my quotient is x squared plus 2x plus 9. And the remainder is the 44x minus 11. So that's the remainder with an A there. So 44x minus 11 over the divisor, x squared minus 5x plus 1. So that remainder is a little concerning. So this one, I am a little hesitant to see if this is the right answer, just because that remainder looks a little bit weird. But we know we can check our answer, right? So to check our answer, I know that the dividend should equal, so the numerator of my fraction should equal the quotient multiplied by the divisor plus the remainder. The remainder is just the 44x minus 11. So let's see if we get it to work. So x to the 4th minus 3x cubed plus x minus 2, our dividend, does that equal the quotient x squared plus 2x plus 9 times the divisor? The divisor is x squared minus 5x plus 1 plus the remainder. The remainder is just the 44x minus 11. So let's do this multiplication, and hopefully we've done it right. Now here I have a trinomial times a trinomial, so we have to go way back to how do we multiply that. I'm a fan of the box method, so I'm going to multiply these using the box. So I have 3 terms for each. So I'm going to put my divisor first. So x squared minus 5x plus 1. And then my dividend, my quotient, sorry, over here, x squared, 2x, and 9. And now I multiply. So x squared times x squared is x to the 4th. X squared times 2x is 2x cubed. X squared times 9 is 9x squared. So I just multiply box by box. So negative 5x times x squared is negative 5x cubed. Negative 5x times 2x is negative 10x squared. Negative 5x times 9 is negative 45x. And then the 1, x squared, 2x, and 9, right? 1 multiplied by anything is just that same thing. And the nice thing about the box is that it allows me to gather my like terms on the diagonals. So there's the cubics, and there are the quadratic terms, and the linear terms. So let's see. So my dividend, then x to the 4th minus 3x cubed plus x minus 2, does it equal, so let's put everything together. So x to the fourth, my multiplication here is x to the fourth at the first term. Combine the like terms, the x cubed. So negative 5x cubed plus 2x cubed is negative 3x cubed. So far it's matching up. My x squares, notice that the dividend has no x squares. So let's see, x squared minus 10x squared is negative 9x squared plus 9x squared is 0. So this is 0x squared, so we don't write it here. And then 2x minus 45x is minus 43x. And then plus 9. Right, this is the quotient times divisor. But notice I still have my remainder. So let's add the remainder, plus 44x minus 11. Okay, so my remainder made me question my math, but good thing that we checked it, because now notice that we get x to the fourth minus 3x cubed. The minus 43x plus 44x gives us plus x, and minus 9, or plus 9, sorry, minus 11 gives us minus 2. So the dividend is, that is the dividend. So it worked. So just because the remainder looks a little weird, right, it doesn't mean it's wrong. So, but the beauty of doing a division problem like this is that we can check it with multiplication. In the next video, we're going to do synthetic division.